Well, welcome back, everybody, to 22 Minutes Playing with God, 22 PWG, right up here. Mike Burris with Spirit Music Meetups.org. Great website for you to really be inspired to play drums and music. It's for all musicians, a place where they can learn from one another to play prophetic, anointed prophetic, spontaneous music. So what we're going to do here is talk about more discoveries with Ratamacues. More discoveries with Ratamacues. That's because there's a video out there I did last on adventures with Ratamacues. Adventures with Ratamacues. And so there's many ideas there with Ratamacues. A Ratamacue is a drag, left, right, left. Usually the accent's on the end. That's why I put an accent in parentheses over the Q. Ratamacue. 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 The other side, Ratamacue. And I can put it on an accent, on another cymbal or a tom-tom or anything like that. I say discoveries because when I come into my drum room here, it's my teaching studio, my home teaching studio, I'm spending time with God. It's like the most precious time to come in here and to ask, seek, and knock. This is a habit of asking to receive or to be given to, seeking, and you shall find, and knocking on the door, and it shall be open to you. This is a relationship, not a one-time or on just special holidays, we go to church and knock on God's door. No, this is a relationship. This is what he wants with his people, his children. He wants a father-child relationship, an intimacy, what they call koinonia, which is communion, intimacy. That's a fellowship, a kind of strange word, fellowship, but it means to be a close companion or partner, co-participator with. And that's what God's looking for, a relationship, an intimate relationship. Not just a, well, I saw this bystander or an acquaintance, you know. Anyway, let's talk about 22 minutes playing with God, because we're supposed to be like little children going out to play. We're supposed to be like little children to enter or see the kingdom of God. He wants a child-father relationship. So more discoveries with Ratamacues. Well, let's talk about being uptight. You've heard that term. Oh, you're so uptight, man. Loosen up. Loosen up. So same way with Ratamacues. You can play a drag where you play this little 2 grace notes. You can play that very tight. And they call that a rudimental drag. I'm not going to accent. I'm going to keep the accent down here. There's no accent. So one's higher than the other, and they're moved at the same time. Or you can loosen up. So I'm going to loosen up those grace notes so that instead of 4 strokes, da-da-da-da, ra-ta-ta-ta, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to make it 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the other side. So we're going to start with the left, end with the left. So start with the left, ending with the left. Feeling the joy? So you should feel joy. That's the presence of the Lord, the joy of the Lord. So now I've created a new rudiment by just loosening up the drag. We call that a front side triplet, right, right, left. It's a triplet, but it's favoring the front side. Da 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 da. It's a great thing So now you tighten it up. You can even put a space after it. 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN, da. You put a space. Trotting horse, 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 trotting horse. Or take the space out, make it triplet, 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 triplet. It's a great, great thing to know how to do. Here's the thing, you can go in and out of bottlenecks on the assembly line. You know, an assembly line where they make cars or any product, the bottleneck is where it's all slowing down. It's the tight spot, the neck of the bottle, where it's all slowing down. So to improve the whole assembly line, you would just find out where it's slowing down, where it's restricted, and improve that worker. Get that worker up to speed. Don't spend all your money on all the other people. Spend your money on fixing that person that's slowing down the assembly line. So we can look for the bottlenecks in the rudiment. So we could go in and out of the bottleneck. So we could go in from here to here. So we can go into the bottleneck and go out of the bottleneck. So let's say that's the bottleneck, the first stroke, first primary stroke. We can go into the problem, work on that, and then ... work getting out of the assembly line. And then move to the next. 2 to 3, the second stroke to the third, and then third to the fourth, and then fourth to the fifth. This is assuming that they're all bottlenecks, but usually you find where the problem is, where you're slowing down, where your technical problem is. So what I mean by, let's say this is the bottleneck. It's kind of stupid, isn't it? That's not a bottleneck, but let's call it a bottleneck. So now we're going into the problem. So I'm going to just raise it halfway up. It's not accented. So I'm going in to the problem. Now I'm going to go out of the problem. Going out of the problem is just, that's not really, but maybe that was the problem. So now I went out of the problem. So now I'll go into and out of the problem. That's a drag tap. So I learned how to go in and out of the problem. I could go further out of the problem. So I added one more stroke. That's fully out of the problem. That's a little bit out of the problem. Fuller. Okay? So you can do this same thing anywhere in a rudiment. You can find where the problem is and go in and out of it. Well, let's take this a step further. Transition in and out to flow in and out of the entire rudiment by adding a stroke in front of it. And now there's 10 types of strokes, 10 rights and 10 lefts. Here are the unique strokes of drumming: a single, a flam, a single, a flam, a drag. See, there's two little, and then a buzzed drag, what we call orchestral drag. So you drag that, and then a double, a triple, and a buzz stroke or multiple bounce. We have a 3-stroke rough. Then we have a 4-stroke rough. It's still considered a single stroke. It's just a compound stroke. And then we have a flam and a double at the same time, which they call cheese. So you have 10 rights, and you could do the same thing with the left. Single, so etc. So you have 10 strokes going into the rudiment, and then you could add these same 10 coming out the back side. So 20 possibilities going in, 20 going out. 20 times 20 is 400 combinations. You will be busy going in and out. But this is very systematic, very methodical. That's the way things are in nature, very systematic and very methodical. So for instance, let's say we want to add a flam, a right-hand flam, in front of the rudiment, ratatata. So we have a flam, and then ratatata. Flam, ratatata. So now I'm learning how to transition from one idea into our rudiment, Ratamacue. So it's like flam Ratamacue. So you could call it flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam, and you can make these accented flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. So it can make this an accented flam. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. So you could go through all these and do that. Or you can just flip right over to the left side and say, well, we'll do a left flam. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. I'm putting that accent on the rim so you can hear the difference. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Ratamacue. Flam Rat. Okay, see. Okay, so accidentally hitting the rim there. So I haven't tried some of these, by the way. There's a lot of options here. So let's see if we can do some check patterns. Check patterns, eighth notes, one and then you can fill in the 16th note triplet, one E and, or one da da and. You can say da da if you don't know how to count something. One da da and. One and one da da and. One and rwanada. It goes rwans or zwan. Rwanda da and. Rwanda da and. There's that Ratamacue. One and Ratamacue. One and now dot 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 means you can do this for as long as you want, and you can do these as long as you want. You go 1 and 2 and 3 da and 4 da and 1 and 2 and 3 da and 4 da and 1 and 2 and 3 da and 4 da and 1 and 2 and 3 da and 4 da and. This will get you your timing. They call it a check pattern because it's a skeleton of this. I took all the fancy stuff out and I end up with the one and right there. Now you can use different stickings. You can do left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, 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 left. So that's the exact opposite. But you can mix and match. You could go right, left, and then jump down here. Or you could go left, right, and jump back up there. So you could go right, left, and then jump down to the bottom. Left, right, left, right. Right, left, ra-ta-ta-ta. Right, left, ra-ta-ta-ta. Right, left, ra-ta-ta-ta. Or left, right, right. And then it says right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left. So mix and match these so your hands can move. You can even like do right, left, right, left, right, left. Do the top one and go right into the bottom one. Right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right. So you can go back and forth. You can do this diagonal and then jump over and do that diagonal. So that's really working both sides of your brain. Look at these triplets. Triplet, triplet, jatarata. 1-ia, 2-ia, 3-da, 4. Again, the opposite sticking, and you can mix these together. 1-ia, 2-ia, 3-ia, 4. You can repeat it. 1-ia, 2-ia, 3-ia, 4. Then starting on the other side. 1-ia, 2-ia, 3-ia, 4. And then go backwards. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And on that side, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So you can go back and forth. You can crisscross. right, left, right, left, right, left, and then jump down here, left, right, right. Right? Or go left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. Again, mixing and matching. Now, this mixed time feels. When I mix time feels, you got 8 notes, 16th note triplet with an 8th, 1 E-E-N, we did that up here. 1 E-2, we did that over here, 8th note triplets. So these are different time feels. That requires you really understanding the subdivisions of time. 1 ands, 2 E, and you can mix them in any order. 1 ands, 2 E-3, we did that before. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and. So you gotta make sure you got 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2 E and you understand that. And then make sure you can go 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and. You might have to use a metronome so you can hear that 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2 E and 1 E and so everything's nice and fitting. And then 8th note triplets, 1 E-2 kind of slows yourself down. 1 and 2 E-3, right? 1 and 2 E-3, 1 and 2 E, 1 and 2 and 3 E-4, 1 and 2 and 3 E-4. So there's a tricky thing mixing all these different time feels together. You could take the drags off and just play the skeleton. 1 and 2 E, 1 and 2 E, 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2 E, 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2 E and 1 E 2. So that's all about subdivisions of time. So that's probably a whole nother video. Let's look at double, triple Ratamacues. Tight versus loose again. There's a double Ratamacue. Dra, ja, da, da, da. 1, 2, E, 3. Or if you wrote it with 16 note triple, 1, randa, da, 2. 1, randa, da, 2. Triple, run, 2, 3, E, 4. Run, 2, 3, E, 4. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, and a 3, 1, 2, and a 3, 1, 2, and a 3. So let's see if we can do that. Here's 1, 2, E, 3, 1, 2, E, 3. The other side. 1, 2, E, 3, 1, 2, E, 3, 1, 2, and a 3, 1. So you can squeeze it together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. See how you can squeeze things? Different countings. You got to come up with different countings. Rolling into it. So I'm going to do a double stroke roll for as long as I want. And instead of a double, I'm going to make that double part of a drag. And I can go right over to the other side and do the same thing. Or you can extend the roll out further so that you end up doing the Ratamacue on the other side. Oh, wow, that's tricky. So what do we have here? We have right, right, left, left, right. You can do that as far as you want, and then just compress this together. 1 E and da 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 and da 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 da. Now I'm gonna just da 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 da. So I'm playing this loose, kind of like we talked about tight versus loose. I'm gonna compress it. Da 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 da. And I went over to the other side. Left, right, right, left, right, right. Right? loose. Da 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 da. So don't worry about the timing. You're just trying to learn how to go from doubles. Okay, running out of time here. So I think we got it. Oh, don't worry, you know, again about timing. You're just trying to learn how to go from one single strokes into double strokes. Okay, and remember there's accents. We've been putting all the accents at Ratamacue, but you could go Ratamacue, 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 Ratamacue. So put accents on the beginning, accents at the end. Variety is the spice of life. You don't want to eat just the same potatoes all the time. You want your hands to do what thoughts are coming to you. When you're listening to music, thoughts come to you. You don't want to be really thinking too much. The thoughts come to you. And you have to have training, and you're training your ear to get certain sounds that are your feeling sounds, and then you're getting them out. And you're training your hands to do this. You know, skill, this is all skill, right? You can try to acquire skill by just, you know, nose to the grindstone. Oh, I gotta work at it. I gotta earn it, man. I gotta do my might and power. I gotta do it, man. So you feel all this pressure, and when you don't perform, when you fail, you feel miserable. You feel like a failure. That's a moving goal post. You never get there. It just keeps getting further and further away from you. Don't worry about that. The joy is in the journey. Joy is a flavor of the singular fruit of the Spirit, which is love. Unconditional, no strings attached love. This comes from God. And if you feel the love of God, you love doing what you're doing, you're going to feel joy. That is a flavor of that singular fruit. How do you know a tree except by its fruit? A grapefruit tree is recognizable mainly because of its fruit. My grapefruit tree looks a lot like my orange tree. People go, what kind of tree that is? Well, you won't know until you see the fruit. And then when you bite into the fruit, boy, big difference between a grapefruit and an orange, okay? So you know the nature of God, absolutely. No question about it, by unconditional, no strings attached. That's called grace. Unmerited. It's favor that's unmerited. It's not earned. It's given to you. You receive it. You take it. You grab a hold of it yourself. And so when you do that, you feel joy. When I'm in my drum room, something's wrong if I'm not feeling joy. That's a red flag. That's a warning bell. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, something's wrong. If you're feeling joy, something's right. That means you're tapping into the nature of God and to the nature of love. And that joy will take you on the journey. Without joy in the journey, if you spell out the word journey, you just end up with earn, U-R-N-E, which is, you know, another way of spelling earn, E-A-R-N. You earned it. You get that urn, and an urn full of ashes is like what your cremated ashes end up in, right? And that's what you feel like. You've been cremated. You've been wiped out from this nose to the grindstone until there's blood splattering everywhere. Don't go there. Hey, enjoy the journey. That's what I'm hoping these 22 APWs, playing with God, PWGs, that it's like being a kid. Hear the triple Ratamacue there? So I'm not saying I'm trying to even be perfect. What I'm trying to do, That's a goalpost. Try to be perfect, you know. What I'm trying to do is stay in joy. The skill comes because that is not from you, that is given to you. It's like seek and you shall find. Knock and it will be given to you. Knock and the door shall be opened, right? Seek and you shall find. Ask and it will be given to you. I'll get it right. All right, so I went a little long here, but it was an important point. Stay in joy. That's the joy in the journey. That'll get you to the skill. The skill will come to you. It's a gift. All right, enjoy, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and keep coming back because there's going to be a lot more coming.